What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports, and the Flyers make a little bit of early breaking news as they re-sign goaltender Carter Hart to a 3-year deal worth $3.979 million annually. So, we all know coming into this offseason, the bigger RFA signings for this team was going to be Carter Hart and Phil Myers. So now, not Phil Myers, Travis Sanheim. So you get Carter Hart re-signed, now you got to focus on re-signing Travis Sanheim, who is going to go through arbitration, but they can still work out a deal before the arbitration date is set. But still, Sanheim's going to go through arbitration. You get Carter Hart re-signed, and right now you are playing a little bit with the cap because you had around $8 million left in cap before you re-signed Hart. So now with this deal, you have around, I would say, just a little over $4 million cap left to re-sign Sanheim, and who knows what he's going to make. I don't think Sanheim's going to get long-term, but I do remember hearing rumors that the money is set. It's just that the term is just what they're disagreeing on. So I don't think it's going to be safe if you do sign Sanheim for like right around the $4 million mark. I don't think it's safe going into this season with so little cap crunched, because if you do sign Sanheim with, after you sign Hart, and you sign Sanheim to around that $4 million range, you're going to be really crunched with the cap. You're going to have really under $1 million. Honestly, if you re-sign Sanheim to that $4 million cap hit, you're going to have probably less than $500,000 left in cap. So, in my personal opinion, I do think something has to be done in order, just maybe make a minor trade to move some cap space so you're not insanely crunched going into this season. But there's a lot of things they can do. There's still a very long offseason left, so I feel like their next task is re-signing Sanheim, and then Chuck Fletcher will do whatever he has to do to crunch that cap to make sure the Flyers have a good amount of leeway going into this regular season and the training camp coming up. So, looking at Carter Hart for a little bit, everyone knows of the season that he had last year. It wasn't good, but that's also a matter of fact of just the entire team not being good. So Carter Hart just had the most abysmal year you can absolutely think of. It just wasn't good. So if we look at Carter Hart through last season and also the previous years where he first came up into the NHL, so let's just get last year out of the way. So he played in 27 games. He started 25 of those. He was 9-11-5 with a 3.67 goals against average and an .877 save percentage with one shutout to his name. Just a very, very abysmal year for Carter Hart, one of the league's worst goaltenders last year. Flyers had probably one of the league's worst goaltending tandems last year. But all of the blame can't be put on Carter Hart and Brian Elliott. The team in front of him was just absolutely terrible defensively. The defensive core was terrible. The forwards playing defense were just not that good. And yeah, once, I would say beginning of the year more, the goaltenders were probably trying to keep this team in the games as much as possible. But then just as the season started to progress, the goaltenders started to lose more of their confidence, and you stall them, letting in goals that they probably should have stopped. So I feel like a lot of confidence was involved in just a decline from Carter Hart last season. So I'm still not worried about him at all. Chuck Fletcher has strived this offseason to improve the team defense, to help guys like Carter Hart, to help the new backup in Martin Jones, so that, they don't have league worst numbers going into this season. So, yes, I do expect a bounce back from Carter Hart. I'm not worried about him whatsoever. He's still very young in this league. Even though, last year was just a very huge setback for him, young goaltenders are going to struggle in their early stages of their career. You just you wish it wasn't this bad of numbers, but young goaltenders do struggle. So I do expect a bounce back from Carter Hart, because if you look at the season prior, 2019-2020, when the Flyers were one of the better defensive teams in the league, Carter Hart started in 40 games. He was 24-13-3 with a 2.42 goals against average and a .914 save percentage with one shutout. And the season prior, 2018-19, that Flyers team was garbage. They had no right to even get close to the playoffs. And Carter Hart, he came up, he was really, really good. Really good. And that team was bad defensively. He played in 30 games, started 30 games. He was 16-13-1 with a 2.83 goals against and a .917 save percentage. So the outlier definitely is last season. Carter Hart, in his first 2 seasons, the track record shows he is a really good goaltender in this league. He just had a really huge setback just because of how bad the team was, and he just lost his confidence. That's basically the summary I can describe it as. So I do expect a bounce back from Carter Hart. This deal, I do like the deal, even though it does crunch you a little bit to try to sign Sanheim, even though I do believe Chuck Fletcher should be making a minor move just to move some cap space out, so you're not crunched going into the season with under $1 million in cap space. So I have no idea what's going to happen going forward with, the cap. So right now you got Carter Hart signed. He's locked up for 3 more years, and I still think after this year, this deal is done, he'll still be in the RFA status. So if he showcases some good stuff during this 3 years of his deal, he's definitely going to be getting a big payday after this. So it's a good deal for Carter Hart. It's a good deal for the team. Let's see what happens when Sanheim does get signed next, and then I guess we'll move forward from there with a look at the cap and everything, what happens there. So definitely stay tuned for that. So what are your thoughts, everyone, on Carter Hart's re-signing? Do you think it's a good deal? Do you think he might have gotten a little too much just because of how he played last season? Do you think it's a perfect fit for it? So I want to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to leave those down there. Don't forget to drop a like on the video. Don't forget to check out the Painted Lines, which I'm a part of. Their links are down in the description below. Also, don't forget to check out the links to Broads Media, the Florida Pod merchandise website, and also Flyers Nitty Gritty. All of that good stuff is down in the description below. Do not forget to check those out. And also, the most important thing you can do is hit that subscribe button. Support the channel. Anything you can do, I will appreciate it a lot. And I will see you next time.